You don't get, hold on, 2 seconds. You get so humbled so quickly when you come home to practice in your room, because my room's not very big and I don't have much space to move around. But like, I had to go downstairs because my mum was working from home today and be like, just letting you know, I am singing right now in my room and apologies. And like, you feel like you can't belt or anything because you're like, I don't want to disturb anybody. I don't know if this is the same for everybody. It's for me personally. I get really self-conscious of my singing when I come home. But at least it's a gorgeous day outside. And, you know, the grind never stops. I do actually have to practice because I have exams. So, yeah. Guys, I'm so sorry. I really haven't filmed anything today. I've been busy, like, I have this little things I've been trying to get done so I can cross off performance development journals and videos completely, but that's all the stuff I've been practicing. But I'm so sorry. It always happens. Let's get good lighting here. Oh, golden hour. It always happens when I come home that I never really feel much. But on my videos are uploading for performance development. I got a journal done. I've caught up on my journals. This is the next book that I'm reading because I finished The Hunger Games yesterday. Chloe got it to me for Christmas. So, Chloe, I finally started it. I'm loving it so far. And yeah, tomorrow I'm going to get my hair done, which is exciting. I'm finally getting my fringe cut. It needs it. It needs it because it is in my eyes entirely. And I'm getting a little bit of colour in it, which is exciting. And then I'll go to the library, do a bit of coursework. And then I think there's a book launch thing that I'm going to because my mum's doing an article about it or something, but I don't know. I'll find out more tomorrow. So it's a busy day tomorrow, so come with me around Derry, I guess. So guys, really sorry that I didn't film much today. I'm just a yapping today. Well, vlog, welcome back. At the minute, I'm just looking at crime and fiction books. I went and bought a book already. I bought a book already in the works today, but I can't find Ward D anywhere in the works, so I think I might just get it here in Waterstones. I do love Freedom McFadden. Oh, Wreck a House. I do love Freedom McFadden books. I think they're pretty good. Also, Peep a Little Bit of Red. I'll get a better video of that. So today I went and got my hair done. I went and did work in the library, and now I'm wandering until I meet up with my mum at this book launch she's reviewing. So I think I might get this and then go get something to eat. I'm thinking the Bentley, guys. And for any of y'all who's been to the Bentley, it's like a staple in Derry. Sophia Etsy, if you do end up coming to Derry at some point, I'll bring you there. It's not as good as Daly's though, in my humble opinion. So I have to meet why is it spilling? My lid isn't on properly. So I have to meet my mum now in about an hour, so enough time to get something to eat and chill. And maybe read a bit as I eat. I don't know, I'm feeling crazy, guys. I'm also keeping my voice down because I don't really vlog in public. It feels very weird for me to do, but alas, I will now just walk past people casually as I speak to my phone. I think it's easier for me to do this in Cork rather than at home, because people know me here in Cork. I'll never see them again. Decisions. Oh wait, what? Yeah. I don't even fear it. That's what I'm getting. That's what I always get. I don't mind dining alone. I'm actually quite used to it. It's just, I feel like other people care, but I know they don't care. They don't really care. So I'm getting my pint I get my sliced chicken pasta. Well, having a good time all around. This is your sign to go out and treat yourself to dinner. If you're by yourself, do it. Nobody cares. As I wait for my food, you might be wondering, whoa, Kat, you said you went and got your hair done, but it doesn't look much different. Aha, oh my sweet summer child. Do you see this? I can't really see it. I'm gonna have to look at the light. I've gone red underneath. I've defied the laws of university and gone, let's go red. And it looks really cool in the light. So it's gonna look really cool. My hair's up like bun, but there's all gonna be red. So I had a fun day. Doing good today. Fringe is finally fringing. Dead ends, no more, cut off. Mommy's gonna be like, that's really short. But now, I've also got some books. I got some new books today. And I really should stop buying books. Well, I am reading the book that Chloe got me for my birthday, but I got Don't Swipe Right, a murder mystery about serial dater to serial murderer or serial killer and Ward D by Freedom McFadden because I love her. But I'm about 100 and some pages into the launch party and I'm enjoying that too. 136. Very Murder on the Orient Express vibe for like modern day space travel, so I enjoy. So if you're looking for book recommendations, hit me up, bro. Also, you can see the red there. See, that's really cool. I'm just chatting to myself because I have nobody else to chat to right now. I hope you're still watching and you're still enjoying. Saturday. But take this as your sign to go out and get yourself dinner. You're allowed to do things on your own. And sometimes it's just fun to treat yourself. So take that advice on board. I just realised I never done my shack fish juice today. So Brogy, New Balance, jeans, Duns, Tilanya, Beetlejuice, Octa Red, Dyer-ish, cardigan, DV8, jacket, H&M, Grug, Janta, Ní féidir le Echo, Octa Jar, Gunnish. Oh, hold on. To Jar gun. So Caithfidh Maria and Bumjo, Fáinne Clusa, Lavisa, Caithfidh Maria Hinish, Eka mi shibs and Cáit Fish and Ella. Slán. A perk of your mum being a journalist is going to events and getting free Prosecco in the hopes that you will do videoing for her. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to video and edit for stuff for her to put online. What? Chin chin. I like going to events like this, it's fun. I like going and accompanying my mum on little trips.
On Never Foundation, it's a great honour for me to welcome you all here tonight to the launch of the Flight of the Swallows. In the summer of 2023, we established a lived experience participation group, the Swallows. We are delighted and honoured that this group of women have not only wrote and shared their stories in this book, but they are and continue to be a voice for those in need and raise awareness of the reality of poverty across Derry and beyond. We would like to pay thanks and tribute to Pam, Charlene, Angela, Hester and Kim who are with us here tonight. But your willingness to share your journeys has been both inspiring and humbling. I would like to extend our sincere thanks to you all for attending, to those who have helped in any way with the production of the book, to our speakers and our musicians, whom we are extremely grateful to for making this a very special evening. Before I introduce our first contributor of the evening, I would like to read out a special message just for the Swallows. Dear friends, I am so sorry not to be with you all as you launch your book, full of your wisdom. From my first meeting with you, when you introduced yourselves as the real Derry Girls, I have so much enjoyed being in your company. Your wisdom and compassion are often nurtured in the cauldron of struggle. You have both in spades. May your words and writing encourage others to fly and be a constant reminder of your own journeys and shared commitment to a better society. Martin Johnson. So Martin is part of Trussell team, and he came over for a couple of sessions, and the group was involved in the next 5 year strategy for Trussell. So at all levels, the group are participating. So it gives me a great honour to now introduce our encore choir, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight. So I'm going to hand over to you folks. Thank you. Don't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for we are glorious. And the sharpest words want to cut me down. I'm going to stand the blood, going to drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum.
Colville Press, by which my mentors at the minute with my own project, and Garvin asked me if I would consider writing forward for this book. I was delighted because I think he knows me so well that it was something very close to my heart. It touches on many key things that I feel strongly about. Social issues, food poverty, and the strength of women in particular coming together, not just to survive and not just to thrive, but to move forward and with huge courage and generosity of spirit to bring others with them and lead the way forward. And when I was privileged to get a proof copy of this book, there was such richness in these pages, if you haven't read them yet, such wisdom, such power, such courage, such sharing. And I know these swallows will fly and fly high. And there is a great generosity of spirit, I think, in sharing some of our toughest times, our biggest challenges, our lows as well as our highs, to make those available to others. And without that sort of generosity, we cannot move forward. I'm a lifelong member of the Journalists Union, the NUJ, and when we, the women members, have our annual gathering, we always sing our anthem, Bread and the Roses. And if you're familiar with that at all, there is one line in it. It is bread we fight for, but we fight for roses too. And as women, we do fight for bread. We fight to put food on our children's tables, no matter what income bracket we are at. We want to see our children fed. We go without to do it. And it makes me angry that there are mummies out there all over Derry at the minute who I know, and far beyond, who are going without to do just that. But we also need the roses of life. We need our words. We need the ability to express ourselves. We need what might pretentiously be called our cultural life, that richness. And these ladies have found it, and my goodness, they know how to express it. There are a lot of roses in this book too, and all made last. And I'm privileged now to share some words that I'd be proud to have written, but that were written by some of the members of the Swallows. You know who you are. And I'm starting with a very powerful poem, her mum. It happened one October night in 1984. Our lives changed forever. Grief came bursting through our door. The darkness came upon us. You fell to the floor with a thump. I remember Mommy crying, left alone with her bump. I was 8, my sister 10. Another 2 years more. 3 others were on steps and stairs. All our hearts were sore. Life would never be the same. You fell to the floor with a thump. I remember Mommy shouting, no! Left alone with her bump. That night I felt I couldn't breathe. I never closed an eye. My tummy in an anxious knot. Why did he have to die? This is it, it's just us now, as he fell to the floor with a thump. I remember Mommy sobbing, left alone with her bump. No more sitting on his knee, no more runs in the car, no real other memories, we didn't get that far. It's just us and Mommy now, as he fell to the floor with a thump. I remember Mommy being poor, left alone with her bump. The months went by and April came, bringing rays of springtime hope, longer days, a new routine, and Mommy seemed to cope. We're moving through without him, he fell to the floor with a thump. Baby sister arrived, lit up our world, and then there was no bump. Eyes open, all is good for 2 minutes, then reality kicks in. Another day of fear, fight and hope. How do I get through another day without you being here? Another day of sadness, anger and worry while trying to be brave. Brave so my daughter is not traumatized for life. I sat a week before I made the call to the food bank. I wasn't sure if I needed to be referred or what the procedure was, and that's when I hit rock bottom again and made the call. I started to see light at the end of the tunnel when I got the help. I didn't come to the food bank for food. I became because of my health and for a benefits check. The food was a bonus. I was able to open up and they saw something and thought they could help me in more than one way. I have also been involved in participation meetings at the food bank. These have been great. I and other members have developed a great connection and we all understand each other's situations. Again, I was afraid of what the others may think of me being there. Yes, I may be seen as being in a good enough job, but it's not always the case in my overall situation. I'm slightly nervous at the first meeting, but again, no judgment from anyone, and actually found myself relating to others in the group, which really put me at ease. We definitely have gained our own wee support network, and I really enjoy attending the meetings now and look forward to seeing the others. I don't socialise a lot, so this is like something I do for me. Swallows, this is something you did for you, but it's much more than that. It's something you've done for everybody else, and I'm delighted you asked me to be part of it. Thank you.
Because when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and you're open on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. Lift your head and look around, you will be found. You will be found. You will be found. You will be found.
I read a book in the past called The Help. It's about a group of women who come together to voice their experiences to help others. I found it inspirational that in such adversity, joy could be found, voices that could affect change. The Swallows supported the idea, and collectively we set about creating our own collection of voices to help others. The writing of this was both cathartic and challenging, a real labour of love. We stripped away the layers of our own pain and experience to expose a greater truth and to gain our wings, so to speak. In all its rawness, we found commonality, peace, and deeper friendship. What we thought we needed to hide brought light to our lives, a new meaning in the pursuit of helping others. We want to thank Karen, Louise, and Bethany for the Network Foundation, who from the moment we brought forward the proposal, they meant about making it happen. We'd like to pay tribute to Gordon McCool, who facilitated our writing sessions, and Bridget Murray for the beautiful illustrations that have helped bring our stories to life. It was a real pleasure for us to spend time with you both. The book wouldn't have been possible without the support from Trussell. We could see the real benefit of having those with lived experience involved in their work and have their voices truly heard. We want to thank the staff who are with us, particularly Heather, who's come all the way to England, especially for our lunch. Thank you so much, Heather. It means so much to us. We'd also like to thank Garmin and Colin Hill Press for your sound advice, top quality production of the book, and for speaking so kindly tonight. To Felicity McCall for her beautiful foreword and her readings tonight. To have your support gave us great encouragement. Thank you so much. We'd like to thank Chris and his team from Grays, and we are delighted to have shared this special evening with us. Our time with yourselves and then with the Swallows and helped us take flight. And it's a real early memory of mine as well, so thank you so much. Finally, thanks to all of you for attending. We are truly overwhelmed with your support. To our beautiful singers and musicians, Encore Choir, Maeve, Joe and Roisin, who have made this evening even more special. Thank you so much, everyone.
Hi vlog, welcome back to the show. Eddie, this message is for you, and Sophia, this message is for you. When you come to Derry, I will take you to Young Cakes. It is currently closed, but this is the location in which I get my cookie dough pie and some of the best brownies in the city. So, Young Cakes, please pay me. This video is brought to you by Young Cakes. If you want to get a yummy cake, come to Young Cakes Derry. Thanks, guys. Hey vlog, so you remember that TikTok I posted? Well, if not, check out my TikTok. At KetchneyKelly16, I think that's it. Anyway, if not, do you remember Monday when I posted about how humbling of an experience it is to like be practicing in music college and then come back and practice in your home, in your childhood home, where your parents are and your siblings are? Yeah, well, thank God. Not thank God in a bad way. My brother is at work right now, and my mom had to go into the office, and my dad has to go meet his friend for something. So I'm like, yippee! I can use the kitchen and pretend it's like a mini stage, so I can practice my singing in. I only have a limited amount of time. I have about an hour and a half at the most, so I'm gonna make the use of this free time, practice my belting and stuff, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Genuinely, I was about to start editing something else, and then I was like, I could practice singing and get that done, and then I could edit and finish coursework in the evening. Big brain. That's why you subscribe to my channel, because of how smart I am. Anyways, see you in a bit, guys. Also, you can't really see it in this light, but like, it looks like I'm in the abyss right now because it's so freaking grey outside, but the red through my strands. Also, I'm gonna stand and like, you can see it here better. It's really cool. It's really cool. Hi vlog, ignore him looking. You're sitting on a windowsill right now, but you're kind of perched awkwardly. You're perched really awkwardly, and that's the bookmark you see there, and that's bracelets. It's reached that point in the essay writing time where now I'm like, I don't even think I'm answering the question anymore. And it's the most frustrating part of essay writing for me, because I just get so in my head, and I guess I've been working on it for 3 hours straight right now, and I still have to turn it into a presentation. Oh, my hair just doesn't want to sit today. And it's why I'm good at essay writing, but it's also one of the reasons why I hate essay writing so much. Because I get so in my head, and then I'm like, you're not even answering the question anymore. We're doing an essay. It's about historical present day Broadway partnerships and collaborations and their impact on Broadway, and you have to choose between 1940 and present. So I chose Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice because there's a lot to write about. There's a lot of stuff to write on, about them, But now I just feel like I'm spouting facts, and it's not a full concept. So I'm gonna take a half an hour break and come back to it. I'm gonna read my book or something, because I will start to cry. And I don't want to cry about a history essay. I don't want to do that. That's just not worth it. It simply, in this world, in this universe, crying over a history essay isn't worth it. So yeah, that's my update for now. I'll see you in a bit after I've read my book and maybe calmed down a little bit. Lads, when I tell you, it's such a horrible day today, and I'm wearing my nice jacket because I didn't bring my raincoat because I was like, oh, the weather in Cork's been so good, it's gonna be so good here. No, I'm wearing my Converse are soaked. My socks are wet, they're leaking. I'm just having a day. I was in the library doing coursework, and then my mom was like, actually, can you do this and this and this for me? And I'm like, right, okay. So now I'm running to Nationwide to get my card sorted. And then I'm going to go get my lashes done. I'm trapped inside so many slow walkers today. I felt so bad there, but there was generally this old man just standing and looking at everything. I'm thinking, I am in a rush. My shoes are soaking, my socks are soaking. I need to get Ma's cards, I need to get my card sorted before I go to get my lashes done. I just wanted a relaxing day to get myself done. But alas, that's what you do when I'm back. I get all the tasks to do because my brother don't do them because they're too busy. Honestly, it's not like the weather's any worse than I'm used to, but when I tell you my Converse, dude, I swear, I just checked my bank balance. I have enough to go buy a pair of trainers from Penny's or Primark. Going back from Primark after get my lashes done. But now I shall saunter down Shippy Street in the rain. This is just a bit of a hectic day. At least my hair looks good. And my lashes look good. My nails look good. So at least there's that. Secured. Now I should just like change these shoes, and I should throw them out, but like when it's not raining they go with fits, so I'm such a shoe hoarder, it's not good. going out at, I don't know, 6 minutes to 1 a.m. Well, vlog, I was on a walk. I accompanied my mother on a walk for this Good Friday, but it rained the whole time, so my jeans are actually stuck to me, and now I'm gonna go home and have a shower. See you tomorrow.
Hi folks, I'm not as good at the public speaking as Emma is, so I have my notes. And I wanted to say thanks to Emma for asking me to speak. I just wanted to say that I'm sick. I'm absolutely sick of having to keep fighting to keep the little bit we have and we need. We know Derry has such great need and needs more. There's generations of families that credit Northlands for their sobriety and haven't gotten their lives back, and I know some of those people, and I've talked to them in recent days, and they're absolutely flabbergasted that this is even an option, that this funding has been lost. And I hope that they're going to do what we're doing and find their own way to challenge this. I was at a civic assembly in this town over 3 days in the last month. It was organised by Cooperation Ireland, and people, ordinary Derry people in that room, decided that mental health and addiction was one of the top issues in the city right now. We decided that we need more services, not less. And we also said that there was a lack of really accessible, well-notified engagement on bread and butter issues. It always comes after the fact, which ends up feeling like box ticking. And I agree with Emma that there's a real lack of leadership in this city. It's becoming really, really obvious, so painfully, the more these things go on. We've had campaigns over the years, over the last 10 years, for various things in this town. And it's always the same people who turn out. People like Sean, people like Gary, people like Emmett, people like myself. Many of you stand here today, so I've been here for other things too. I recognise people here that have seen it other things before, and we care. But where are the public representatives that are being paid handsomely to represent the city? This isn't about party politics. It isn't about saying to people, you know, we'll do nothing. You have to do everything. We want to stand with them, but they're never anywhere to be found when there's anything going on, and that's really, really sad. It can't become one political outlook against the other, that's it, because what happens is Northlands ends up losing. And what this particular issue is about at this time is about Northlands, and it's about regaining that funding and making sure that that funding is reinstated year on year, because we all know how important Northlands is. We need to have people who have used Northland services use their voices, and I know that's not easy. I've come across somebody just this morning on TikTok. He's here today, and I'm delighted to see him here. But those are the people that really need to be pushing this and leading from the front on this. I have family members who have struggled with addiction, one who lost their life. But I'm not a natural campaigner when it comes to this issue. I'm only standing here. Emma asked me to speak. He didn't have anybody at that point, but we knew we needed to do something. I'm happy to hand this over. Going forward in this city, we need to be proactive, not reactive. Derry needs equity. We're past equality. We need equity now, because what's happening here is they're taking away when they should be giving us more. Remember that the community sector was born out of a reduction in public statutory services. So we need to be now demanding that the essential services like Northlands, that their funding's ring-fenced within the Department of Health budget. Fighting for funding takes time, energy that can be better used elsewhere. And the real issue at the heart of this is that the Department of Health asked NICFA to put this funding out. They were the body that was deciding who got the funding and who didn't. And this is no disrespect to NICFA, but NICFA is an organisation that's based in Belfast. The real community sector that works in Derry really have no connection with NICFA. It runs the third sector. It used to be the case that the third sector was what we call community groups, community organisations. It now represents the charity sector, which is a much, much bigger sector with a lot of money. So the smaller things, the things that have been brought up from the ground up that are in this city will continue to lose out, because the bigger charities have a lot more at their disposal to ensure that they're getting the funding. That's the bottom line. There should be enough for everyone here. That's the problem. There isn't. They're telling us there's no magic money tree. They're always telling us that. But they were quick to jump and say, suggest Rory McIlroy should get a party. a millionaire, a billionaire probably, it doesn't even live in this country, lives in America, and that's no disrespect to Rory McIlroy. But the point is, they always find money for other things. It's never for us. It's never for Derry. It's never for people who are damaged and hurt and asking for help. What kind of society are we living in if we're going to say it's okay not to be okay, but by the way, there's no services when you're not? That can't be allowed to continue. I would ask that if you have personal or family experience of using Northlands, did you email the what Emma's talking about? The MLAs and the MPs, we don't have to like them, but they're paid by us to do a job, so we have to use them. They have influence. They're able to get the people on the phone in the morning that are able to do these things. You get their contact details by simply Googling, get them on social media, whatever way you have to. We need them to work for us. And you know what, whilst we came here today primarily to support Northlands, I also wanted to say that we came here today because we believe that the people in our city deserve as many chances at recovery as they need or want. It isn't up to a bureaucrat to decide who gets services, how to get them, and when to get them. Those services should be here regardless. Anybody who needs them, if they're asking for help, why are we saying we do not want to help you? That is so wrong. We're here to support the ones who use Northlands, who never used Northlands, and the ones who lost their lives without the chance for recovery, because there's a lot of them in this city and we all know them. My uncle was one of them. And if we care, we must all use our voices to challenge this decision in whatever way we can. A suggestion I put to Emma, we haven't a great turnout here today, folks, that's obvious. I do think there's multiple reasons for that. The rain's never a good one, I'll be honest. But we need to now build for a public meeting. We need to build for a public meeting on the specific issue of Northlands. And that's the initial thing that we need to do. Emma and I are going to talk about that. Anybody else who wants to help out with building for that meeting, this is going to be non-political. This is not about building for election campaigns. This is about reinstating the fund to Northlands and that alone. So if anybody can help in any way, we're organising that. And what we're going to do is we're going to demand that the MLAs and the MPs come to that meeting and answer to us. This can't. Northlands is so important, and it's very difficult for organisations to step up and speak out whenever they're dependent on the government for funding and support. So we will be walking a fine line, but we need to do it, because if we don't, like Emma said, we'll lose Northlands. Or worse, it'll become a service that people will have to pay for, and we know in this city people can't afford to pay. It shouldn't be the case that you get help if you can afford it. It should be the case that you get help when it's there, and when you need it and when you ask for it.
Hi vlog. So it is just Sunday evening, Sunday night. We just had a really chill Easter. Me and Mommy watched Jesus Christ Superstar NBC 2018 version with John Legend, Sarah Bareilles, Alice Cooper, and fun fact that I didn't realise when I should have known this, that Jason Tam was in it. Jason Tam, aka the Squib from More Chill. So we did that on Easter Sunday, which was today, and then we just finished watching The Life List with Sophia Carson, and it's actually a really nice film. Like Netflix's films haven't been great recently, and it said it was based on a book. And I was older mama, if this is a shitty book talk recommendation book, then I'm gonna be so pissed. But it wasn't. It was actually really sweet. So yeah, I edited a few things today. But that really is all for me. I know like these vlogs when I'm home aren't as like jam packed and stuff, but usually when I'm home I'm focusing on like getting stuff done and chilling a bit. But I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. You can still sort of peep a bit of red when my hair is in plaits. And I'll see you in the next one. Plan.
We don't just sing and dance, we do yay circles and debate pies when we're not acting. I hope you have enjoyed watching Catch Up with Catch. If you don't want to miss a vlog, she'd love you to subscribe.